beyond being a Kennedy and a Nepo baby and being handed everything in his life, and then turning what could have been a good legacy for himself into racism and bigotry and conspiracy theories. Robert F. Kennedy, among other things, is a eugenicist, and if you don't believe that, watch Brittany Page's video from yesterday. Holy shit. Wild eugenics ideas in his head. I'm not going to go into all of it. I'll link below to her video. Definitely go check that out. And also, while you're there, subscribe to Brittany's channel. It's fantastic. But over the weekend, last week, at the end of the week, he was in a committee hearing and was being asked about this quote on a podcast that he gave. He was being asked about something he said on a podcast, not a quote he gave on a podcast. And he just flatly denied it. And we're going to get to that. But then yesterday he was asked again, and again he denied it. Even though there's audio and video of him saying the thing that he wants to say, that all black kids are put on psychotropic pharmacological medicine, and they need to be sent to work farms. It shouldn't be lost on anybody that the white supremacist Health and Human Services Secretary, who's also a eugenics fan, wants to send a black children to work farms. Anyway, it's nonsense. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play for you the clip from the podcast, and then I'm going to show you his first denial from a few days ago, and then the second denial that just took place yesterday, both at the hands, the questioning of black representatives, a black congresswoman and a black senator, asking this dipshit, this liar, this racist, this white supremacist, this eugenicist about his feelings about shipping black kids away, reparenting them, stripping them away. I'm going on. This is what he said. This is from 2024. This is not from a dozen years ago. This is just from when he was running for president, talking about this as a seminal policy that he would put forth. He said, my uncle JFK started the space program. This is going to be my space program. Watch this.
I'm also my big Peace Corps program. My uncle started the Peace Corps. He started the space program. My space program, my Peace Corps program is going to be wellness farms, rehabilitation facilities that I'm going to start in rural areas all over the country, where any American could go for free, any of them who is dependent on drugs, either legal drugs or illegal drugs, psychiatric drugs, which every black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You'll actually have to talk to people.
Look, you heard all of it. This is going to be his thing that he's remembered for if he became president. My space program, my Peace Corps program is going to be wellness farms. Wellness farms to which he's going to send every black kid psychiatric drugs, which every black kid, every single black child in America, he says, is now just standard put on Adderall and SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. You know those black people, super violent. We got to be careful. All of this is white supremacy. This is white power talk. This is how fucking Nazis talk. And he's the Secretary of Homeland or of Health and Human Services. You heard him say it. He said it. It was a seminal policy he wanted to put forward if he was elected president. Here he is being asked by Congressman Sewell about it, and his defiant denial.
In a 2024 podcast interview, you suggested that black children on ADHD medication should be reparented. You said every black kid is now just standardly put on Adderall, SSRI, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and that those children are going to have to go somewhere to get reparented. There is a lot to unpack in that comment. I know that you've already answered several of the questions I was going to ask, and so I'm just going to rephrase them. Mr. Secretary, you've already admitted you are not board certified physician, and you've already admitted that you did not go to medical school. Have you ever reparented, or parented, I should say, a Black child?
I don't even know what that phrase means, and I doubt
Just a
that
yes
I
or
said
no
it.
answer.
I doubt that I
Yes,
said that phrase. No,
absolutely
I'm not going to answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely said it.
Oh, I'd like to hear the recording.
So to be
Because
clear,
it doesn't make
sir,
any
I'm
sense.
I'm
I
gonna
don't even know
reclaim
what
my
it
time.
means.
I don't either. That's why I'm
And
asking.
by the way,
So to be
of
clear, you're not a
26
doctor, you have no medical degree, and you have no formal medical training.
as
You
of,
have never
as of,
parented a Black
as of
child. Yet you
24
are
of the 26
suggesting that
HHS
government
secretaries have not
Secretary,
had medical
this is my
degrees.
time. And I say to the chairman, I want to reclaim my time. So you are not a doctor, have no formal medical training, and you've never parented a Black child, and yet you are suggesting that the federal government should take Black children away from their families and reparent them and send them off to some wellness farm instead of providing them with evidence-based.
You're just making stuff up.
I am absolutely not making this up. Mr. Secretary, in your opinion, what factors should the federal government consider when reparenting a Black child who has been on ADHD or ADD?
I
That's
don't even know what
rhetorical.
you're talking about, Congressman.
I
don't know what you're talking
deficit.
about. I don't know what
Deficit
reparenting
disorder.
even means.
I don't either, but you said that.
I did not
Mr.
say that.
Secretary,
Now listen, this should be instructive to you. Heard him say it. Now you've heard his forceful denials that if you didn't know that he actually said it, you might think, oh, he's really very forceful about the fact that he did not say that. Maybe he didn't say it. Maybe she's incorrect. Maybe she's mistaken. You should remember that denial and how real it seemed. If it seemed real to you, it didn't seem real to me. But remember that next time he says something with great confidence, that he's a liar. His denials now. I'm not going to answer something I did not say. I'd like to hear the recording. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know what that means. You're making stuff up, he says. I did not say that. Well, it turns out he did, because that's why I started with the clip. And between the time that he was asked this question by Congresswoman Sewell and yesterday when Senator Alsobrooks asked him, Senator Alsobrooks from Maryland, he hadn't done any research. He apparently didn't look to see if that's actually something he did say, because now he's denying it. But it's a softened denial, not quite as bold and brazen as it was when Congresswoman Sewell asked. Watch this.
Have you heard about Pop-On Roofing? We need 50 homeowners in your area to trial this.
This feels almost illegal to know, but
You said every Black kid is now just standard. Put on Adderall, on SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You know, you claimed, in fact, you went on to say, actually the whole transcript was even worse. You said that if you could, you would send, quote, every Black kid, again, your words, not mine, to go live on farms and work. Is that your?
I would have to hear that recording, because
Well, I have the recording.
I have no memory of saying anything like that.
Yeah, well, I actually have the recording that I can give to you, but it is absolutely what you said. And if you want me to play it, I can play
But
it.
if you ask me what my opinion is, I do not believe that every Black kid should be reparented on a wellness farm or whatever, and I have never believed that.
Well, you said it, sir. I have the video here. In fact,
I'm telling you, I don't believe it. That's not my vision for our country.
Well, I'm glad, because it was ignorant to say, it was dangerous, and it was irresponsible.
Well, if I said it, I apologize, but I'd have to see the transcript.
Well, I have to see the transcript. She has the transcript on cardboard in front of you, dipshit. You racist liar. You said it. We heard you say it. We watched you say it. You puking out the... There's a reason he was put in the position by Donald Trump that he has now. Because Donald Trump himself is a white supremacist. The Republican Party, again and again is the most powerful white supremacy organization on the planet. And everyone who works for Donald Trump in any position of power is also a white supremacist, or white supremacy is not a deal breaker for him. This is why I will not stop talking about this. I will not stop highlighting.
Hi, everybody. I had you guys watch that clip because when I heard when this flashed across my phone yesterday, and it's a month late, I was angry. I was hurt. Then the Lord began to speak to me and said, well, how you know it's true? It could be AI. I said, but then if it is AI, then he's got another issue on his hand. And he should stand up and fight to remove AI. So, guys, as I was playing this clip to record for you guys, I was listening to him and I was listening to the guy that was doing the reporting, the commentary. And I heard it. And I had to rewind it and listen to it before I go off on this man unnecessarily. I'm going to play this for you guys, and I want you to listen. Remove everything you just heard. Listen to what RFK is saying. Listen to what he is saying. I don't know if you can see the words, but if you can, read them. But listen to what he is saying. They have, I don't know if they purposely twisted him up, or if they actually thought that he said what they say he said. Listen to what he is saying. See, God said to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Listen to what he is saying, because he is not saying what they're saying he said. Listen to it.
My uncle JFK started the space program. This is going to be my space program.
Come on.
This program, my Peace Corps program, is going to be wellness farms, rehabilitation facilities that I'm going to start in rural areas all over the country where people.
Okay, first he said rehabilitation centers, wellness centers, rehabilitation. Now listen.
Well, any American could go for free.
Any American can go for free. Listen.
Any of them who is dependent on drugs, either.
Any of those that are dependent on drugs, whether it's legal or illegal. Listen.
Legal drugs or illegal drugs. Psychiatric drugs, which every black kid is now just standard put on Adderall.
He said psychiatric drugs. He said which now every black kid is standardly put on them. Listen, rewind it. I want you to listen. Listen.
Any of them who is dependent on drugs, either legal drugs or illegal drugs. Psychiatric drugs, which every black kid is now just standard put on Adderall.
He said which now every black kid is now standardly put on these drugs. He's not saying he wants to put them on. He said every black kid now is standardly, which when you think about it, mostly black kids I put on, you got a problem, you go to the doctor, kid cutting up, go to the doctor, oh, he got ADHD, or he got the other one. Okay, it's never just he need his tail whooped. It's always he got ADHD, so they put him on these drugs. Y'all know I ain't lying. You know I'm telling the truth. Listen to what this man is saying. Let's rewind it again.
Any of them who is dependent on drugs, either legal drugs or illegal drugs. Psychiatric drugs, which every black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere.
He said those kids, not every black kid. Those kids will now have a chance to go somewhere. Let's rewind it again.
SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You'll actually have to talk to people.
But you heard all of it.
Okay, now you heard all of it, right? Now let me say this. Let me get situated. Big girl. Which I now losing weight, thank God. Woo, hallelujah. Okay. Now, the way that light is coming in, you can't. It's casting a dark shadow, but we'll be okay. Y'all know what I look like. But anyway, that is totally different than him wanting to send all black kids to camp and give all black kids these drugs. That's not what he said. He said that now, this is 2014. He said, which now all black kids are standardly put on these drugs. And he said those kids, not all black kids, those kids can go to this camp to receive help. And ironically, and all of the world should agree with this last part he said, when he said that there will not be no cell phones or no screens, that they would actually have to talk to people, which is exactly what is needed to be done. The screens and the phones do need to be taken away. Don't twist my words. I don't know nothing about no farm, because I feel like if y'all just send mothers home, send them home out of the workplaces so that they could truly raise their children, then this problem wouldn't be there. The fact is, children are not feeling loved. And they have every reason not to feel loved. I don't know why y'all don't see that. But then listening to this video and another video I listened to, I see that y'all have a hearing problem. You have a hearing problem. You're not hearing what is really being said. And if you got a hearing problem, you got a seeing problem. You're not seeing what is really going on. Because these children have been crying out for decades. Decades. The children have been crying out. The government pulled the fathers out the home, whether they was married or not, simply because they needed money to help feed their family, because they couldn't find jobs. Mostly black families, but it was some white families of other colors too. But it was majority black families. And then you come back along around the 80s and pull the mothers out the home. Now you got to put children in daycare. Daycare was doing okay for a while, but now daycare, even your own family is not good to send your children to in a lot of cases. Not all cases, but in a lot of cases. Not only that, a child needs to be raised by their mother. That is their genetic design. All you scientists that have been all doing all these different researches and studies on this and on that, you mean to tell me y'all ain't studied that and don't see and understand that a child really needs to be up under the care of their mother? I think you know it. I think you know it. But because you want to have it your way. When black folk, and y'all, I'm not playing the racist card. I'm just simply saying and stating what is there, or what is true. When black people, all through history, seem to start doing good, and I hate to say it this way, but it's the truth. When black people are starting to do good with a program that the European placed there, because the European thought that once they put that into play, it was going to break the black family. But instead, the black family showed resilience, and they still rose up, and they achieved above and beyond what you thought they were. You come in and you switch it up again. Now y'all came in, you took the mothers out. Now y'all taking authority over the children. And you're doing the children dirty. Anytime a government is willing to pay institute an institution, anywhere from $168,000 up to $400,000 per year for one child to be kept behind bars, instead of giving that $168,000 to a mother with a family of 5, with 5 children. You guys only allow them $50,000. A little over $50,000 in Ohio. In Michigan, it's a little over $70,000 for children with a mother with 5 children. This is what you allow. This is the government's allowance because they need help, because they're struggling, because you refuse to raise the minimum wage. And because you refuse to allow them to make over a certain amount of money, they can make a penny over what the government allow, and they're not able to get food stamps or a little extra cash to help pull them through the month. And then in that case, now they truly lacking because they can only work with what they got. It's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. But this is what y'all decided to do. Now, that man ain't said nothing about sending all black kids to no farm. And he ain't said nothing about putting all black kids on no drugs. That is not what he said. Right is right and wrong is wrong. There's enough hell going on in this world without creating it. There's enough to fight without creating some bull crap. We got enough of it. We knee deep. We waist deep in it. In America, we are waist deep in caca. Bullshit. I wasn't trying to say that word, but it came out. Okay? So stop with the shenanigans. Y'all want to fight something? Y'all want to push a narrative? Push the narrative, the true narrative, that our government is willing to take $168,000 up to $400,000 of taxpayers' money every year per child that they have locked behind bars. Some don't even really need to be behind bars, but you got them locked behind bars for one child. The government is taking that out of the taxpayers' money every year per child to pay their institutions, versus just giving it to the mother that is at home alone raising the children and allowing them to work with that $168,000 to $400,000, not per child, but just her family. Give $168,000 a year to a mother with 5 children and see the miracles she could pull with that. And I guarantee you, I don't promise, I guarantee you, these children won't be growing up doing all this foolishness, because the mother one will be at home extending the love that your children need, the understanding, the knowledge, and the teachings and the wisdom that they need in order to grow up to be successful human beings in this world. Adding to the world and not taking. Doing good for the world. Developing a lot of these children that go astray, they have been born with gifts to help the world. But because of the things that their inner men have endured, the hurt, the disappointment, the lies, the mistreatment, the misunderstanding that they have endured, they decided to go astray. And all those gifts and talents that they have, that God has blessed them with, is either being stolen spiritually by the wicked ones that knows how to do all this wicked crap. And it can be done. I've seen it. Stealing from people's spirits. Lock these babies up and steal from their spirits. Or just lock them up and destroy them. What sense do it make? Answer that. What sense do it make? Look at the world and tell me, what sense do it make? Now, if y'all want to, again, if you want to create a narrative, roll on that one. Stop taking the taxpayers' money and giving it to y'all friends that lock these babies up. Give it to the parents that need help. This welfare system, Give them that money so that they can raise these kids to be children that can be an addition to the world. They won't need for anything. The mother can literally, instead of drinking and partying and whatnot, she might want to stay at home and raise her children because she's not stressing out. She's not stressing. She's not depressed. She's not downtrodden. She don't feel oppressed. She feel relief, and she can actually pour into the children. Take what you give, though, your friends, the government give their friends for one child and give it to a mother with 5 children and see what she do with that $168,000 per year. And see what them kids grow up to do with their lives. In the rural, as they call it, the rural neighborhood. Stop playing. If y'all gonna do something, do it. But don't do none of this foolishness. Everybody wants the world to be a good place to live, a good place to raise the children, but you're not willing to stand up and speak the truth. You're not willing to step out on God and do what needs to be done. Y'all want to talk, but you ain't talking about nothing. Talk about the truth. And let's see where we go. Let's see the difference that's made in this world. See, y'all full, like I said, y'all full of it. Time out. Time to get real with this thing. I was mad because I heard what I was listening to. And I said, what? That man lost his ever-loving what? But I wasn't using them words. When it comes down to kids, don't play with children. Don't do that. Because that's the future. And they can't fight for themselves. They can't speak for themselves. They can't fight for themselves. And then here goes somebody want to do some harm to them. Oh, no, not on my watch. And I hear about it. No. Y'all don't want to know the thoughts I have when I be hearing people that killed their own kids, or somebody else done killed the kid, or these pedophilians that came along and harmed one of the kids. Y'all don't want to know the thoughts that go through my head. You really don't. I have to cry out to Jesus quite often, and I tell the Lord what I think and what I feel about it all. And I say it like I mean it, and I mean it like I say it. Y'all got to stop this nonsense. You want to step up and speak out? Step up and speak out for the truth. Something that's worth talking about. But twisting this man's words up is not worth talking about. Y'all full of lies, deceit, and cunningness. It don't make no sense. Listen to what a person is saying before you step out there and start talking some nonsense and speaking lies on people. That man ain't said none of what y'all said he said. And then had the nerve, and that even shows me that y'all that's doing the videos, y'all telling us what y'all think about us. Y'all think we that stupid? That you play the video and then come back and say he said this, he said that, he said that. You let us listen to what he said, and then you come back and tell us what he said. You come back and tell us he lied, that he done said this, he done said that. You done lied on that man, because that man ain't said none of that mess. Get real with it. Y'all on that nonsense. Y'all, that's all I came on here to say. I actually started the video because I was about to tear RFK another booty. I ain't even playing. But then as I was listening to it while I was playing it for you to record it, I said, wait a minute, that ain't what that man said. So I had to go back and listen to it again while I paused it. And I said, oh, no. The same energy I was going to use to tell him another one, I think I need to use it to have his back. Because y'all lying on RFK. RFK ain't said none of what y'all said he said. He did not say he was going to send all back. He wanted to send all black kids to no wellness farm. And he did not say that he was going to put them all on no doggone drugs. What he said was, he said that kids are, all black kids are now standardly put on it. And he's not lying. He's not lying. They are literally putting black kids. My grandbaby, they got him on some medicine and talking about he done, he kind of, but he ain't. Only thing wrong with my grandbaby is his mama didn't whoop his tail like she was supposed to when he was growing up. I got a godson that's got ADHD. And they had him on all this medicine. I took him off that medicine. And that baby running, walking around here doing good. He's a grown man now. When I talk to him, hey, Granny, and he's my grandson. My godson. But hey, Granny, how you been? I ain't talked to you in a while. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And if y'all really want to change the world, let's change it. Y'all want to change it for the better? Let's do that. But in order for us to do that, we got to be for real about it. Y'all want America to be great again? Stop following people like that liar, Donald Trump. Stop following him. He's the biggest supremacist that ever walked this earth. It don't make sense. Don't make sense. And stop trying to tear down RFK. That man got enough issues. He's going through enough without y'all lying on him. I used to be a fan of his. I'm not his fan anymore. But I still not gonna sit up and lie on the man neither. And I'm not gonna let y'all lie on the man, trying to cause people to walk away from him. It must be something good about RFK if y'all find the time to want to lie on him. It must be something good in that man. The devil don't lie on people just be lying on them. The devil get to lying on people because it's something there that he want to block or he want to stop. So with that being said, y'all, I think I'm done. Now y'all have a blessed day. Pay attention to what you look. If they got going across the line, if they come out with something about somebody, if it ain't printed out the bottom of the line on the bottom of your TV, hit your CC, your closed caption, so it can come up with the words. Read it. Listen before y'all start running with it. Because they show lied on RFK on this one. Now y'all have a blessed day, and I love y'all. Stay blessed. Until next time.